Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Pisces, sun, moon, and rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements. And if you're interested in receiving a personal reading, have a look at the description below because I am offering a promotion for the month of May. And it's a great time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, let's get started here for Pisces. Cards are just dying to get out here. Okay, Pisces. What is the current energy around Pisces for the week ahead? Okay, interesting. Pisces, seeing the Magician and the Seven of Cups. Wow, this is a nice combination of energy showing me that right now you've got so many options to explore. And I feel like you have this overall sense that you can choose whatever you want. And whatever you put your energy towards, whatever you put your attention and focus on will be what ends up showing up for you. Sorry, there's something all over my cards. I had them, was reading outdoors and I feel like they got dirty. Anyway, it's just distracting me. Okay, so Pisces, you have a lot of options here. Okay, and I feel like seeing that option card, this Seven of Cups with the Magician, makes me feel like you can really choose whatever you desire right now, that it's unlimited. And I feel like you understand that it's unlimited, and you understand that you have all the tools to make whichever option you choose here work for you. And so this is a time to dream big, and this is a time to choose to sort of see the unlimited amount of potential that you have, and that you know, by focusing on something, are really bringing it into fruition. And by choosing it and being in alignment with that choice, it starts to show up in your outer reality. So it's very interesting cards to start your reading here. Very interesting. Let's see, what is the obstacle for Pisces this week? What is creating an obstacle for Pisces this week? Let's reshuffle that. What's creating an obstacle here for Pisces? The cards feel so funny in my hands today. I'm not sure why. Okay, so obstacle, interesting. We're seeing the Eight of Cups. So we're seeing the completion here. We got the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups with the Moon card in reverse. So that really tells me that, you know, it's almost like you have to choose the option, or you're being guided to choose the option that takes you away from things that no longer serve you. So it's interesting because in the Story of Cups, we move from the 7 to the 8 in the sense that we're looking at all these options and then we realize that actually none of them serve us. And in order to figure out our path, we actually have to move into this moonlight in the Moon card. And you can see the Moon card is reversed, which makes me feel like this may be an adventure that you didn't expect to take. You may have sort of been focused so much on these options that you never considered moving away completely from those options and choosing something very different. And we know what comes after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, was a time where we feel like all our desires have been met and we feel satisfied and fulfilled. And it's interesting. So your path may take you into an unexpected place this week, Pisces. It feels like your path is opening up in an unexpected way for you this week. Yeah, and that this is going to take you on a journey that you don't see coming right now. You may think, okay, these are my options here. I just have to choose one and then put my focus behind it. And then you discover, wait a minute, it's actually way over here. And to get there, I've got to go on a journey that I've never been on before. This is being comfortable with the uncomfortable, being comfortable seeking things that are new, and realizing that the true path is one that you haven't taken yet before. This is very interesting. Let's see what's top of mind here for Pisces. What's top of mind here for Pisces? The Hermit. Yeah, you've got some introspection to do. This is sort of self-discovery at its highest, right? Where you're sort of looking at things from a high perspective to see what's outdated, And what is the path that you're being guided to take? Seeing the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, which is sort of like a card that bridges you to your higher self, right? This is your divine connection. And when we see it in reverse, it can sort of express a moment where something's outdated. A traditional way of doing things, like the Seven of Cups, maybe those traditional options are not the ones anymore. Like, you're being taken on a very different path right now, and it feels like it's not conventional, it's not traditional, it's taking you somewhere you've never been before, and it's going to show you something that you haven't seen in yourself before as an option. This is really exciting, actually. Let's see what's driving all of this. Ooh, that came out fast. So the drivers here, we see the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Judgment card in reverse. So again, this is showing me here that right now you may be feeling uncertain about what to do or where to go, because you're starting to understand yourself in a very new way, Pisces. The Judgment card, when it shows up in the reverse, can really be a time where we've been wearing a mask, and where we've had doubts about what to do and who we are. And you may have been denying yourself your true essence for some time now, Pisces. And I just want to point out that this Moon card is Pisces, and that the Queen of Cups is Cancer energy. So very, very emotional, and very much at a time right now in reverse where it's uncertain, you know, feeling uncertain because of the high degree of emotional energy that you may have been repressing or denying. That really works with the Judgment card in reverse, because they're sort of giving you the same message that now is the time to be your true self, and you're discovering that true self right now. And the Magician, as your current energy, is confident that you can make things happen. I feel like you're aware of sort of the idea of the law of attraction. You're aware of the idea that we are energy, and that once we're in alignment with other energies, that's the stuff that starts to get attracted into our lives. And so I feel like you're aware of all of that, and you're still looking at the same options that you've been looking at, thinking, well, which one is the one for me? And it turns out, Pisces, that the option that's for you is not even on that table. It's way over here on the path that you haven't traveled down yet. And you may have some doubts about that. You might be like, well, I don't know about that path, you know? You may have to step out of your comfort zone here. You may have to become very aware of your true self in order to find the roadmap that you're looking for here. And it feels like it's the true self, the true essence. Now, let's see what the past influences are on this situation. Ooh, that came flying out. Past influences are you lying to yourself. And I'm sorry to put that so bluntly, but in the past, you have been very good at deceiving yourself and convincing yourself, I think, that you're smaller than you are, and that you don't know who you are really, that in the past, you sort of denied who you really are and just sort of settled for whatever you could pick up and run with. You know, another 7 here, right? You got 2 7s, which tell me that this is a directional moment for you, Pisces. You're choosing a path here, and in the past you may have underestimated yourself. You may have denied the truth to yourself. We're seeing a lot of mask wearing, denying the truth to yourself messages here. Let's see what's moving forward for you in the upcoming energy for Pisces. What is the upcoming energy around Pisces? Ooh, 3 cards coming up. Look at, 4, my goodness. We're seeing the 2 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the World. So coming up in the future, it's like, I feel like you're going to have to work hard to see eye to eye with yourself, and you're going to get there by loving yourself, giving yourself unconditional love, opening up completely so that you don't feel you have to be wearing a mask anymore about who you are. You don't have to hide who you are from the rest of the world. You don't have to carry that like it's something to be ashamed of. I feel like, you know, there may be a part of yourself that's like, well, no one's really going to accept me if I'm like my true self. And I don't think that's true, because I feel like you're going to actually be wrapping up a cycle that says, I'm not worthy of true connection, you know? And I think that it's going to be you looking at yourself honestly through that introspection to really understand yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, and be yourself. You know what I mean? And that right now you might realize that that's necessary, but you might not be putting in the work. And I think you're going to. You're going to wrap this cycle up of wearing a mask and procrastinating on who you really are and what you're really capable of here, Pisces. I feel like you're going to stop denying yourself the truth. This is so empowering. I'm sitting here with this energy and I'm feeling like saying, yeah, like take the mask off and be yourself. Step into the energy that is your true essence without fear and without denial and without holding back, without dimming your light to fit in, you know? And it feels like moving forward, you may have a difficult time seeing yourself in the mirror because you're going to have to really look at yourself for who you are. And I feel like you've been denying that for some time. You've been denying that for a long time. And so really looking at yourself and seeing yourself is a big message here. Let's see how Pisces sees themselves. Speaking of how you see yourself, how does Pisces see themselves? Ooh, 9 of Wands, you're burning out. You're at a place where you have surrounded yourself with your own wands and now you're like, how do I get out of this? But actually, you just step away from them. You know what I mean? Like, they're your wands, so you can just move away from them. The 9 of Wands teaches us determination, resilience, and that push that we need to sort of face our difficulties, trusting that we can overcome them, and that we push ourselves beyond our perceived limits, and remain open and trusting to do what feels authentic and to just push past a certain point. Because yes, you're tired. Yes, you could actually be feeling really tired lately, like spending more time in bed and feeling almost like you can't keep going. But this is like a push through, go the distance, don't give up kind of energy that says, like, you're almost there. Don't give up. Because as you round the corner, you could be faced with this new energy that you facing it authentically and without that mask. I feel like you're just around the corner from this realization, Pisces, and that this, like, don't give up now. Don't give up now. You know, High Priestess on the bottom of the deck in reverse, which can be a time where we're not trusting ourselves, but man, oh man, do we need to more than ever right now. Let's see how your outward reflection is appearing here. The Lovers in reverse, speaking of authenticity and making choices that are in alignment with yourself. So other people may be seeing you right now, Pisces, as someone who isn't making choices that are in alignment with themselves, that they may be settling for breadcrumbs when really they can have the whole loaf if they just put their mind to it, you know? This could indicate that you're giving your power away in relationships where you're sort of losing yourself while you do that. This is making me feel like you are dimming your light to fit in with others because you don't want to be standing alone on the top of the mountain here. You know what I mean? And it's like you're denying who you really are to yourself and outwardly. And it's showing. It's showing here. This is imbalanced. This is codependency. This is loss of self. You are being guided to keep your heart open to what is truly, deeply meaningful to yourself and to keep pursuing that. Don't dim your light, Pisces. Don't dim your light. Let's see what the hopes and fears are around this situation for Pisces. 3 cards. Okay, we're seeing the 4 of Swords with the 6 of Wands and the Page of Cups. So that's making me feel here, Pisces, that right now you need to recover from this sort of burnt out situation where you've been almost, you know, like we said, dimming your light to fit in with others. So this is more guidance that you need reflection. You know, you need time to reflect on this situation more. And seeing the 4 in reverse tells me that that may be something that you're hesitating on, that you may not be wanting to look at this fully, because again, you might be sort of wanting to keep that mask on. But the 4 of Swords with this 6 of Wands tells me that you're also hoping to be recognized and acknowledged for this new path that you're going to be on. And I think that there's a lot of success here. And so you may be in a place where you're wanting success, but also a little bit afraid of success. And seeing the Page of Cups tells me that this is going to be one heck of a transformative moment for you. You know, really, really transformative, and bringing in your greatest wishes and desires into fulfillment. Really, really interesting. I feel like that is your hope. Your hope is to be successful at something that resonates with you deeply and fully, authentically. And it's almost a message of like, you know what's coming to mind in an interesting way is that, you know, I don't, it's funny because it's coming to mind, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll tell you anyway. What's coming to mind is someone who is settling for something because it's conventional and it's what people do, quote unquote, right? Like it could be like a 9-to-5 job and you want to be an artist and you just want to stay at home and paint at whatever hours you choose, you know, and yet you're settling for this job that doesn't serve you, doesn't feel like you, but you're doing it because it's what's normal. You know what I mean? And I'm also sort of getting this feeling like someone out there listening may have a desire to do something that is just not conventional, you know, and that could take a lot of different forms. I'm almost feeling a little bit of a spiritual path here for someone. Like maybe you want to start doing something that's more spiritual than your current path, and you're thinking to yourself, well, who am I to do this? And you're doubting yourself. You're not pushing into it. You're sort of being guided to lean into yourself right now and to pursue a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. But it feels like something's holding you back. And the thing holding you back is the unknown. The unknown variables are holding you back. And remember, we saw the Hierophant in reverse, which makes me feel like there's something outdated here that may be traditional and conventional, but it doesn't work for you. And that's okay. You can love yourself anyway, you know? You don't have to be like everyone else to be lovable and to be worthy. You know, you can see yourself eye to eye and see who you really are and still love yourself and do what feels authentic for you, making choices that feel like they're in alignment with your authenticity and trusting that that will work for you. You know, I feel like you're doubting it because it's not conventional. And you're like, well, who's going to accept me if I say who I really am and how I really feel and what I really resonate with? And I feel like you've gotten really good at matching other people's energy, 7 of Swords, and wearing a mask so that you fit in. But you're just dimming your light to fit in. You're being guided to shine your light. What are the potential outcomes here for Pisces? 5 of Swords in reverse. So I just want to pull another card out with that to sort of understand that as an outcome card. Okay, with the Queen of Swords. Okay, so what that tells me is that you're not going to be afraid to speak your truth, even if it means that you feel like you weren't understood. And I feel like you're going to realize that holding your own truth is more important than other people understanding that truth. That you understanding your true essence is far more important than trying to convince other people of it. And I think you're going to realize that through this whole experience, and you're not going to overthink it. You know, seeing the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, which makes me feel like that's going to set you free. This idea of holding your truth, speaking your truth, and not worrying too much about other people understanding your truth, because our ability to understand is based on our own experience. So if someone doesn't understand you, that's because they haven't gotten to that part of the book yet. You know, they haven't reached that part of the movie yet. They're not there yet, but that's not on you. Your job is to just express your truth and to speak your truth and to hold your truth. And I feel like that's why we're seeing the Queen of Swords here, even with the Five of Swords, because it's sort of saying that it's not on you to convince people of who you are. And no one needs that. You don't need to convince anyone of who you are. You just need to own it. Own it yourself, you know? Really interesting reading this week. Look at that. As I cut the deck, we see Between Worlds and Regeneration, which tells me that you're moving into something and you don't even see it coming, about how new this is going to feel, because you're really going to move into your own authentic space where you're not feeling like you have to hide who you are or dim your light. Really, really transformative energy here. Okay, to close this reading for Pisces, what is the highest guidance? Okay, that card flipped over. We'll grab that in a moment. Any other ones? Final outcome, highest guidance. Let's see. Okay, so the first card that came out. Okay, yes. Will you feel like by being yourself, people might not accept you or understand you? Yes, that is confirmed. Will it matter in the long run? Absolutely not. Why? Because you're going to feel completely fulfilled by who you are and by your choices. So what if people don't get you? So what? I feel like this card confirms that you're going to find people that do get you. It just might not be these people. And that's okay, Pisces. That is okay. I see here poised. I see you standing up for yourself and being confident in expressing yourself and not dimming your light to make other people comfortable or make other people understand you or see you as they see themselves. I see you standing up for yourself in a way that allows you to express your truth confidently, and that you're going to have so much prosperity, abundance, joy, bliss, happiness, you know, you name it, because you stood up for yourself and you took off your mask and you're not wearing it anymore. You're like, I don't need that mask. I love myself as I am. And I'm not going to hide who I am just because the people currently in my circle wouldn't accept me otherwise. This is you being authentic and receiving opportunities from being authentic. Authenticity is key here. And you know what? There is that Lover's card in reverse saying that other people already can tell that you're wearing a mask anyway. So it's time to take it off and to be in that poised card 48, that says here this idea that you are ready. You're ready to bring something to light, including yourself. You're bringing your best self forward, your highest self, and you're doing so confidently without wearing a mask. Shine your light, Pisces. Don't dim it to fit in somewhere that you don't belong anyway. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for joining me for this reading. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I look forward to reading for you again soon, my friends. Take care.